Hello and welcome to Funky Fox Gaming. We are back on What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, in the first episode, we had an introduction to the house, which is very higgledy-piggledy, is the best way I can describe it. And Molly, who was the first daughter of Edie. Now, Molly, we think, died after eating a bunch of stuff that she shouldn't have eaten, and I'm thinking it's probably the berries that killed her. Because she went a bit kid's imagination and hallucinatory because she turned into a cat, and then an owl, and then a shark, and then a monster. So we haven't quite figured out some of the other things yet, though. At first, I was thinking that like Edie and Odin were like brother and sister, but that's quite a big gap. That's 37 years. So I'm thinking it's actually Edie's Odin's daughter. So those two are married. Those two are married. And then like this is the main branch timeline. And wherever the branch goes to is who had the next generation. Everybody else died before they could, I'm guessing. So Sam married Kay. And seeing as Dawn had kids, Dawn must have been married to Sanjay. And then we're left with this current generation, with Edith being the only one left. Well, let's continue. So we just finished up in Molly's room, and we're now outside. This is basically where the cat was running around.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Oh. So whose room are we getting into now then? Oh, it's a campfire. Is that a book totem?
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Oh, this is Edie's room. Iguana. Lurpy. Budgie. Purpley. Furpy. Rob. Burpy. Another bird. Bob, which is a snake. So all the birds have like an Erpy name, and all the reptiles have an Ob name by the looks of it. What were you called? Oh, you had no name. What about you? Derpy. Yeah. Oh god, yeah, definitely. Odd that you've got no name though. Shrine stickers.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Edie's a very good artist. Oh, Molly's handprint, Barbara's handprint. So 43 and 49, and then Calvin and Sam in 52. 43, so 6, 49, 5. Calvin and Sam, I'm guessing, were twins. When were they taken? Sorry, 52, so they're only 2. And Walter in 55. We've got Dawn, Gus and Gregory. Lewis, Milton and Edith. Student takes top honours in state photography contest. Don't know what that is. Or who that is, I should say.
Her room was like a museum.
Odin. 1880 to 1937. Odin Finch joining the Great Majority. Who's an author?
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johann. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Oh yeah, look, he's there, look, on the top of the roof. Why would you try and move your house?
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Well, they found his body then.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
I was wondering how to put that down for a second.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
A very long way.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Mole man.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Sam Photo Award 69. Sam Medal Ceremony 63.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Oh. Built 1937. Sven Finch.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Oh god. Actual picture of it happening. Tragedy strikes at Finch Family Pond. Celebration turned to mourning.
even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh my god. This bathroom.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah, no kidding. A lot of toys. There's a secret in this bathroom. On the nose.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Okay, that kind of stuff's quite clever.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Oh, Milton. Yeah, which one was Milton again? Oh, Milton's the one that disappeared. He was always drawing on the stuff between the walls. So this is Calvin and Sam. So Sam was very into the army and Calvin was very into the space, and they had a dividing wall.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Oh, that's cool. Got stairs that go into the little private forts. So who... Calvin and Sam, where are they? Here. So Calvin died at 11, Sam died at 33. Oh, he actually joined the Marines. Oh, there they are. That's cute, but also really sad as well, because look, Calvin's just stops in 61 when he died. Yeah. And Sam stopped measuring at 18. Let's see what we can find about Sam. Oh, so it was cordoned off so he couldn't go into this part of the room, I'm guessing. Hmm. Another sneaky thing. I don't want to go in there just yet. explore this room a bit more. To the command center.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
What's gonna happen?
I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Ooh.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh, so you managed to go all the way around and then let go and
Calvin's
went
story felt strangely familiar.
off a
When I
cliff?
was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
That's really sad. So, when did Barbara die? Oh god, I thought it was a year after. Edie was a very good artist. That's really nice. I like the wooden portraits are really special. And I love this bedroom.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Yep, understandable. Wait, what's that wire leading to? Not sure. Must be just to light up.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Oh, bridge is out. Alright, well, find out what happened to Calvin. I guess we're on to the next room now.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd
Oh,
obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Sneaky. Sneaky wine. Let's go this way first.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Oh, so Barbara Finch was a child actress.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Rick.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
God.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Ooh,
Thanks, babe.
that's
I'll be
useful
back
to
in
know.
a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Except for the music box. Nice choice of music. Oh, blood.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Hmm. Bloody handprint. What is that? Oh, wait, that's... Oh god, that's,
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
So that's a totem to Molly and Calvin? But why Calvin?
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Let's find the stairs again. Oh. So it's not been barreled across yet. Throwing roller skates at me.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh no.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Oh, but where's Walter?
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
There is.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
So back into Molly's room. Just looking a lot more sparse than it did when we've been in it.
Hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groan. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Hey, where's Walter? Body's gonna be gone now, isn't it?
Hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Walking backwards, walking
At
backwards.
the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. she had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time.
Sneaky Walter.
Took it all pretty hard. But that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Yeah.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Creepy.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Is there anything else in this room? Oh. So how old was Barbara when she died then? Obviously 16 there. We got any actual date clues? Doesn't look like it. Although that's like, why would you have a birthday cookie for someone that's passed? Interesting. Okay. Well, we now know where the key is to get into the basement. But we've now found out about Calvin and Barbara. So and we know Walter was hiding under the bed. But they lived quite a while compared to everybody else that died. These two lived quite a while. I mean, 33 isn't ages, but you know. And then 53. I do kind of wonder where Calvin and Sam were. She died in 1960, so they'd have only been 10. And Walter was 8, so I would have thought they would have been babysat at the same time. Obviously Molly was long gone by at that point. So Sam died quite a while after Calvin. I'm assuming probably in a war, seeing as he enlisted in the Marines. And then Walter, much later. So even after Milton disappeared, Walter was still there. Somewhere. Okay, so we can't get out that way. So
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Yeah, that is a good reason. Very good reason.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Oh, yeah. Actually physically sealed it. Okay. That's a very sneaky way in.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
So that explains why that was broken. I thought it was going to be one of the family that fell through. Oh, so that's Edie and Sven. Calvin and Sam. And then I don't know who this one's going to be. No clues. But I think we'll... Oh, do I want to go upstairs? Because there's a... Or is this going to be
Mom
locked?
must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Yeah, okay. So the next room then is going to be the basement. So I need
I
to...
wonder if that comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
Yeah, that's where I'm headed. Oh, and then there's this room here. Oh, again, I don't know who it belongs to. And then is there any rooms off here? No. But there is a basement room, and there's obviously the third floor. So keep winding it. There we go. Alright, I think before we venture down there, this is a pretty good place to stop. We found out what happened to Sam, no not Sam, sorry, Calvin and Barbara. In reverse order. So, well, we kind of found out what happened to Barbara. Seems she was like attacked in her own home, and all I found of her was her ear, which is a little bit unusual. I'm hoping they go into a little bit more detail. And then after the funeral, so just a year after, for Barbara, Calvin's on a swing, goes over the top, and flies off a cliff. Off a swing, sorry, not a sling. But yeah, I'm assuming Barbara was just attacked, and they've actually found the body. Sad. Well, all of it's sad. But yeah, so I'm assuming the next person that we're going to see, probably not Walter, because he died much later. So maybe Gregory? Maybe, unless it's just going to go through all the generation. So I'll find Walter, and then it'll lead me Sam to Kay, I'm guessing. And obviously from Edie's bedroom, we found out how Sven died. He got crushed by a dragon slide. So I'm now kind of guessing. Oh yeah, we knew that Ingeborg died. So if it's a loose leaf, they died. Otherwise, so Kay's still alive somewhere, potentially. That's what I'm working out anyway. But yeah, if you're enjoying this so far, please like and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitch, which is linked in the description below. But for now, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. Bye bye.